former Washington football quarterback Dwayne Haskins, one of the greatest picks in Washington football history.
Oh, God.
He was a 15th overall pick in the first round in 2018. When Dwayne Haskins was passed up by team after team passed up on Dwayne Haskins. When the Giants passed up on him, everybody clowned him. They made the mistakes of their lives. And I know Daniel Jones hasn't been this prized possession, but when talking about Dwayne Haskins versus Daniel Jones, it's not even close. Dwayne Haskins is a bona fide bust. And I think we can officially say right now, his career will never get on track. He got cut in his second season, midway through his second season in Washington. When does that happen? Especially for a quarterback. That didn't even happen for Jamarcus Russell. Yeah. They gave Jamarcus Russell more time.
He was the number one pick, to be fair.
They also, that was before the rookie pay scale, so they guaranteed him like $50 million.
Yeah, they had to. Yeah, you're right. They had to. They had to keep him for a while.
Oh my God, they must have been so bad.
But in his career, he's been criticized for taking selfies with fans. Even a veteran all-pro linebacker in Thomas Davis, when he was in Washington, said this guy doesn't even take the game seriously. He's just an arrogant dude. And he got cut, and everybody thought he went to a better he did go to a better situation. Everybody thought once he went to a better situation with the Pittsburgh Steelers, he would finally get the chance to revive his career and show what he can do. But he hasn't been able to beat out Mason Rudolph. And Mason Rudolph is universally known as nothing more than a backup quarterback. And whether or not he's a good backup is up for debate or not. And NFL Network's Aditi, because I can't say her last name, reported that Haskins spent warm-ups throwing lousy passes and checking his phone. There was a report before. Just think about this. If Dwayne Haskins actually wanted to be successful, knowing Big Ben is out, he's like, this is my time to shine because I'm better than Mason Rudolph. If you're a first-round pick, you should be better than Mason Rudolph. You were the 15th overall pick. You had a great season at Ohio State. Dwayne Haskins should have been looking at that Lions game like, this is a trash team. I can really make my mark in this game. Instead, it was reported that he spent warm-ups throwing lousy passes and checking his phone. And the coaching staff was even like, what the hell is this? They're even out on Haskins. I don't know how much longer Haskins has in the NFL. I think he gets cut in a year or so and we never hear from him again. It's pretty much over for him. And he has nobody to blame but himself for not taking the opportunity seriously. And I kind of feel bad to an extent because he's still a young dude, but at some point, you just have to be more mature. And I think people ignored all these red flags pre-draft because Urban Meyer even went on radio shows and said, I think he's not ready yet.
Yeah, I remember that.
Oh, my God. Why would he say that?
He even said he's not ready
yet.
He
didn't lie, but that's not.
And he should have stayed at Ohio State. So Dwayne Haskins, it's a sad story, but you ultimately reap what you sow, and he just didn't take advantage of his opportunity.
Sorry, Joel, excuse me, but look what he did with Washington. First year, he played in 9 games, but he had 7 touchdowns, 7 interceptions, a 58% completion percentage. Next season, 7 games, had the same amount of interceptions, but 2 less touchdowns and 5 fumbles. Clearly, this guy doesn't know how to hold on to the ball. Wasn't really effective. Had 1,400 yards throwing, but really that's irrelevant to me when your touchdown to interception ratio is in the negative. And obviously, you want to throw more touchdowns than you throw interceptions. Dwayne Haskins, like you mentioned, hit it right in the head. Had a great opportunity this past weekend, against the Lions to make a name for himself, or at least put him in position to be the future starting quarterback for the Pittsburgh Steelers. And he kind of just said, I don't really care too much, truthfully. You're just not showing that kind of effort, especially when you look at Jameis. Last season, he waited his time. He knew that he would be next in line for the Saints starting quarterback position. He waited, but he worked. He, regardless of what you want to say about Jameis's character, his play on the field prior to this season, he worked this offseason to be put in a position to have a successful season with the Saints, and he was doing so up until this point, truthfully, until obviously he tore his ACL. But that's someone that actually showed dedication to the grind. Dwayne Haskins has yet to do anything remotely close to that word. So obviously, I think you're 100% right. I think that his time in the NFL should be cut completely. If you're not taking your opportunity, it's the NFL. People kill to be in your position, and the fact that you're not putting in effort to take advantage of that is sad, truthfully. So I don't care what happens to him, especially the talent that he had coming into the NFL. You squandered it, and that's on you.
All I can think about is Joey. one of our good friends, that's his profile picture on Twitter. He put like the meme, the Batman signal of Dwayne Haskins.
His name is Dwayne Haskins fan account.
Yeah.
You're down bad.
He's down so bad,
down
bro.
bad
Like, what's
when
going
that's your
on?
name.
I'm honestly shocked they didn't cut him right after, bro. Like, you see what if you have a backup quarterback, right? Especially a guy that you're kind of saying like, hey, we're giving you a handout. We want to give you a chance. We want you to, possibly, rejuvenate your career with us. We think we have the pieces that can do it. And you see him out on the pregame field. I don't even want to know what he was doing in practice leading up. Like, is he really in meeting rooms? Is he studying? Is he watching game field? If he's doing this in front of everybody, in front of reporters, checking his phone and doing the kind of just lousy passes, not really caring what's going on, like, you have to be prepared. What happens if Mason Rudolph got hurt or he didn't play great. He was fine. But if he gets pulled because he's not playing well, all of a sudden you're in the game. You're not prepared. This was your one time to shine because Big Ben is probably going to come back next week. He's going to start. And we know for sure, especially after this, the Steelers are not going to put faith in Haskins. We hear all the rumors about Aaron Rodgers and maybe a rookie, whatever it might be. But we're not even going to talk about that being on the same level as Aaron Rodgers. But you can't even be a backup. You can't be, like, you're a third string right now. Your goal right now should be, okay, maybe I could be the backup next year. And Aaron Rodgers or whoever their quarterback is next year, maybe he misses a game or two. Then I could show that I could be a starting quarterback or a high-level backup. But this is where you're going to show not only to these reporters, but you look at all of your other teammates who are around you who are going to different teams next year or obviously have friends around the league. Whenever they're going to be like, oh, should we pick up Haskins? They're going to have 52 other guys on the roster be like, nah, I saw what he was doing in practice. I saw what he's not studying film. Why should we pick him up?
Yeah, you're right. And where did Aaron Rodgers come from?
I was just saying,
man. There's reports that he
haven't
wants.
Seen that, bro?
Yeah,
that he's going to Pittsburgh.
you gotta start listening
Bro.
to Pat McAfee show.
Yeah.
Bro, like every interview, not every interview, but a good portion of the time where they talking about, oh, what are you gonna do next season? Or not what are you gonna do next season? He just likes to talk about the Steelers and how good they look.
You saw a little clip on Twitter of like him kind of winking at Mike Tomlin when they played a few weeks ago, right? Like,
we don't need that. And just you talking it, just bringing the energy out. Oh God, that would be so
How
sad.
great would that be? Aaron Rodgers going to Pittsburgh. He beat them in the Super Bowl.
I mean,
that offense, that would be they'd
yeah,
be favorites.
Deontay Johnson, who's one of the more up and coming wide receivers.
He's here. He's here.
He's here. He is amazing.
He's not up and coming. He's here.
Fair enough, man. I'm with you. I'm saying in terms of like bringing it into that next level tier of wide receivers.
Yeah, like mainstream.
Yes, he is up next for sure. And like you mentioned, he's here. 100%. He's made it known that he is that type of guy that is a difference maker. Obviously, you have Chase Claypool, who is a big playmaker as well. Juju Smith-Schuster, who knows if he's on the roster next season.
Freiermuth, I like.
Freiermuth, man.
Najee.
Najee's a freak in nature. And obviously, you put him with Aaron Rodgers, it's only going to open it up. And Najee is so intriguing because, you know what, some days he might not have it in the rushing game, but I'll tell you what, he will have an impact in the passing game. Some days he might not have it in the passing game, but 100% you can count on he'll have it in the running game.
Yeah, he's already had, a 14 reception game?
He is a freak in nature. One of the best Swiss Army knife running backs there is in the league. And obviously you pair that with a guy like Aaron Rodgers, as with the weapons that we already listed, they're stacked. The only issue is their offensive line. They need to address that. And I know if I'm Aaron Rodgers, I don't want to. I'm getting older. I'm about to be 37 years. He'd be 37 next season. Yeah. He's already playing with an O-line that's shaky, and obviously he's still having success because he's Rodgers. But I'm sure he doesn't want to go to a situation where his offensive line is worse than the one he's already in.
Much tougher division too.
That's
AFC North.
That's for sure. And I think that it's a tougher division, yes, but I still think that he would run that division. Given the fact that defense is as...
he comes in, takes over Baltimore just like that?
I think he could, man. I think he's Aaron...
Baltimore with healthy running backs next year?
But their defense... We'll see what happens with that defense, obviously. Yes, that's true. Not forgot, but people don't mention DK getting hurt. J.K. Dobbins getting hurt and Gus Edwards getting hurt as well. Those were huge blows for them. But you bring in Aaron Rodgers into the equation... Weirdly enough, the defense gets better.
Yeah. The Ravens, I feel like, are one of those teams that could take one season and just flip their defense around. Just the organization, coaches they have. Yeah. Like, I feel like it could take one offseason. They could go from this bottom defense to top 10 next year. Wouldn't surprise me at all.
Fair enough.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, history has shown that they are that.
Yeah, that's a fact. And listen, their offense is obviously up and coming. Forget about Lamar and his ascension as a passing quarterback this season. Marquise Brown finally coming into his own. We see flashes of greatness in Rashad Bateman.
I think
man.
Rashad Bateman is going to be the wide receiver one on that team.
And I'm not going to say that you're wrong, truthfully, because instantaneously he's drawing as many targets as he is already early into his career. And that just speaks to as easily as we were talking last year about how they don't have weapons. Now this year we're talking about, wow, they're one of the more stacked weapon rooms in all of football.
They need to upgrade from Sammy Watkins, though.
I mean, but with Bateman,
they need a slot. I mean, he's
they
getting
don't
out.
really. I mean, as long as you got
Hollywood
Hollywood,
could play in the
bro,
slot.
that's
Bateman can
fine.
too.
I mean, Hollywood and Bateman are outside threats to me. I'm not saying they can't
I
be
think
a
you put
slot.
either in the slot.
Hollywood
I think
you can put
if you get
anywhere.
a true slot though, I
Like
think
Jameson Crowder?
I think Crowder, yeah, he's okay.
Yo,
You know?
Crowder would be crazy.
Crowder would be
Crowder
really
would be
good.
good.
Yeah, Crowder would be
Would be
really good pickup.
Or Adam Humphries.